Imagine standing beneath a sky with no cities, no roads, no books, no names for the stars, only darkness, and one impossible question. Why? Nobody knows who asked it first. Nobody knows when it happened. There are no fossils of curiosity, no footprints that lead to a question. Yet somewhere in prehistory, one human looked at the world and stopped accepting it as it was. They wanted an answer. That moment may have changed history forever. For millions of years, our ancestors survived by reacting. Find food, avoid predators, protect the group, repeat tomorrow. Then something extraordinary happened. Humans began wondering about things that didn't help them survive immediately. Why does the sun disappear? Why do people die? Why does lightning split the sky? Why do the seasons change? These questions couldn't fill an empty stomach. They couldn't stop a lion. But they changed the human brain forever. Curiosity is expensive. The brain already consumes about 20% of your body's energy while making up only around 2% of your weight. Thinking about questions without immediate rewards seems wasteful, unless those questions eventually help you understand the world. Psychologists call this the information gap. Research by George Loewenstein suggests that when we notice a gap between what we know and what we want to know, our brains create an uncomfortable feeling. Curiosity becomes a hunger, not for food, for answers. That feeling may be one of humanity's greatest evolutionary advantages. Imagine watching fire for the first time. Most animals would avoid it. Some would ignore it. But one human stayed. They watched. They experimented. They asked why it burned. Eventually, they learned how to control it. The same pattern repeated thousands of times. A strange stone became a better tool. A moving star became a calendar. A mysterious illness became medicine. Every discovery began with someone refusing to stop asking questions. But curiosity has another strange side. It can be dangerous. Many of history's greatest discoveries began with people challenging accepted ideas. Why does the earth move? Why do objects fall? Why are diseases spreading? Those questions changed civilizations. Sometimes they also made powerful people uncomfortable. Could our species have become dominant without curiosity? Many scientists think the answer is no. Other animals solve problems. Crows use tools. Octopuses open containers. Chimpanzees learn from one another. But humans took curiosity further. We shared ideas across generations. A child could learn something discovered hundreds of years earlier. Knowledge stopped dying with the person who discovered it. Instead, it accumulated, like snow forming a mountain. Every generation started slightly higher than the last. That may be humanity's greatest invention. Not fire, not the wheel, not writing, the ability to ask a question and pass the answer to someone who hasn't even been born yet. Think about that for a moment. Almost everything around you exists because someone once asked why. Electricity, medicine, space travel, the internet, even the screen you're looking at now. Each began as a question. Some were answered quickly. Others took centuries. Some are still waiting. Why does consciousness exist? Are we alone in the universe? How did life truly begin? The oldest questions are often the hardest to answer. Perhaps the first human who asked why never expected an answer. Perhaps they simply couldn't stop wondering. And maybe that's the point. Curiosity isn't about certainty. It's about refusing to accept ignorance. Somewhere, long before history, long before civilization, long before language was written down, one human looked at the unknown and decided it was worth understanding. They never knew their question would echo through thousands of generations. It echoes every time a child asks a parent a question, every time a scientist begins an experiment, every time an explorer sails beyond the horizon, every time someone looks at the night sky and wonders what lies beyond it. Perhaps being human was never about having the answers. Perhaps it began with having the courage to ask the first question. That single question never stopped traveling. It became every discovery that followed. Every answer created another question. That is why science never truly finishes. It simply gets better questions. Curiosity built civilization one question at a time. It built the world around you, and it is still shaping tomorrow. Somewhere, a child is asking a question nobody has asked before. That question might change the future, just as the first one changed the past. Humanity's greatest journey did not begin with a step. It began with one simple word: Why? Every civilization began with someone refusing to stop wondering. Every invention began with a question. Every scientific breakthrough began with doubt. Every great explorer wondered what was beyond the horizon. Curiosity connected every generation before you. It also connects you to the future. The next discovery may begin with someone alive today. It might even begin with you, because curiosity is contagious. One question inspires another. One answer opens another mystery. That cycle has never ended. It probably never will. Somewhere tonight, someone will ask a question that has never been asked before. Nobody will realize how important it is. Just like the first person who asked why, they changed the future without ever knowing it. The greatest discoveries begin as tiny questions. Perhaps that is humanity's greatest superpower. Not strength, not speed, not intelligence alone, but the courage to ask why. Every answer you know exists because someone, somewhere, refused to stop asking one simple question: why?